What's happening, guys? 15 coming at you again. Here to give you my Floyd Mayweather Miguel Cotto prediction. As you see by the title, you already know who I got winning. A lot of people have Mayweather winning this fight, and I'm no different. Um, I think the only thing I can offer that's different is how he's going to win. I think he's going to win this fight coming forward probably after about 4 rounds. After maybe round 4 or after round 4, maybe after round 3, he's going to start walking Cotto down. This is going to be the story of this fight is going to be adjustments, countering windows, and body work, and all those things will lead to Cotto being stopped probably around the 10th, 11th round. Uh, So where do I begin? I'm gonna begin with Cotto's jab. A lot of people talk about how good Cotto's jab is. Cotto does have a good jab. What people need to recognize is that there's several dynamics to having a good jab. Cotto has a good jab in the sense that it's accurate, that it's stiff and strong. No homo. Um, Cotto's jab. One thing I'm gonna highlight something because I do think Cotto's defense is going to leave him vulnerable in this fight. But there are some components to his defense that I do like. He tucks his chin very well, and when he does jab, he keeps his jab high. You see, when he throws that left jab, this is how you should throw it. A lot of people throw jab too low. Lazy jabs and low jabs will get you jacked up, especially against a counter puncher. He keeps that jab high, making it hard to counter with the right hand. Okay. The problem is when he brings his jab back, he doesn't bring it back properly. He brings it back about right here, and he gets back like this with his weight over his toes. Floyd Mayweather's counter. There's several ways to counter a jab, and there's a few different ones to counter with the right hand. As we both know, Floyd likes to counter with the pull counter over the top of the jab, and I think this counter is going to work. Um, Typically, when you have the other right hand counter for the jab, you throw the jab, it's a right hand coming at the same time the opponent throws a jab. Okay, they throw the left jab, and at the same time you time it and throw a looping right hand over it. Marquez does this very, very well. Left jab coming, bam, jab slips over your shoulder, and you connect over the top. And that's what happens if you throw the jab too low. If you throw your jab properly, like this, you can't go over the top with the right hand. Another thing, Cotto, when he jabs, he keeps his left hand by his head. This is a misconception. A lot of people think that this is the correct way to jab with your right hand up, left jab coming like this. You do it sometimes, but you don't do that the majority of the time. The majority of the time, you have your right hand blocking for the jab. Okay, and this is mostly because if you ever get in there and spar with somebody, you'll notice if you're jabbing, you guys are both jabbing, you guys are just going to be hitting each other in the face. You keep your right hand here to catch a jab. Okay, and also you keep your right hand here not only to catch somebody else's jab, but to catch a right hand coming over the top of your left jab. It works both ways. Catch, left hook. Okay, you use these to block. Uh, so what I think is going to happen, these countering windows that are going to appear, after Floyd sniffs Cotto out, is that Cotto's not going to bring his jab back completely to his face. He's going to have his hand right here. This is going to be a countering window for a timed right hand pull counter after the jab comes back too low. Also, Floyd is really good at using that check hook. Now, so when Cotto's throwing blocking like this, when he's throwing his jab, he's protecting himself from the left hook. The thing is, typically people who are when you separate good from great, people who throw the left hook, they loop it a little bit too wide. And even if they don't throw it too wide and they shorten it up some, they still loop it to the side of the head. What makes Mayweather so good is his accuracy. He adjusts the path of his punches. Okay, there's different ways to throw a left hook. Floyd loops his, but if you notice, he can loop his to hit somebody in the front on the chin, which is really really good. It's really hard to do that when you're looping a hook because instinctively it's going to loop around to the side of the head. But he knows how to put it right there at chin. Watch what happens when he knocks down Marquez. Another person who does it very well is Victor Ortiz with the right hook. He doesn't even loop his. He just shoots it like a like a right hand from the conventional stance, you know, he just turns it and flips the elbow, and that hits you on the front of the chin. My whole point in saying this is that the countering windows are going to be there for Floyd to time a right hand over the top when Cotto brings his jab back uh, to too low, and also because he's not, Cotto doesn't use his right hand to protect the front of his face. He's going to be open for a left hook. All Mayweather's going to do is either do a check hook, step back from the jab, bam, hit him on the front side of the chin, or the jab is going to be coming. Floyd's going to step into him with a slip. Step into him, slip, throw the left hook right on the chin. Either way is going to work. The best way, see what this, and this is what I mean by the components of a good jab. A good jab to me is not just the fact that it's fast, the fact that it's sharp or accurate, the fact that it hits people, the fact that it does damage. Having good defense while you're doing a jab, defense while you're punching, creates a good punch. Block, catch jabs, catch counters with the right hand while you jab, and you'll have a good jab. Also, one thing that Cotto does not do is that he doesn't move his head after he throws punches. I'm always taught by my trainer that after I throw the left jab, I slip left, right, and duck. If I'm just throwing one jab, okay, if I'm doubling up with a jab, that's another thing. But even after that second jab, slip. It takes away a countering window. Slip to the right, duck. The point is, when you're facing a counter puncher like Mayweather, or even somebody who has a good countering skills like a Pacquiao does, if you notice, after you throw that one punch, okay, after you throw that one punch, you gotta move left, right, or sit down. And Cotto's not gonna do any of those things. He's gonna do this. I promise you, he's gonna be like this, jab. He's gonna stand there. Okay. In addition to the counter punch to the head, Floyd's also going to go to the body with the counter punches. Again, when it comes to the left jab, he's going to counter by stepping in to Cotto, I think, throwing the left hook to the body. We all talk about Cotto's left hook to the body. Mayweather has a really good left hook to the body, and I think he's going to be tearing Cotto's body apart. Again, I like Cotto that in the sense that he keeps his chin tucked, and the fact that he does make an effort to keep his hands up while he's punching, but he's too square and he has his weight too far up on his front foot. And the reason for his powerful left hook is because he has all that weight on his front foot. Maybe I could do a video later demonstrating the balance within punching power. But basically, when you're throwing a left hook, it's because if you have a powerful left hook, it's because you know how to put your weight on the front foot, and then pull it back to the back foot. That's all. That's what the power of a left hook is. A left hook from a conventional stance is nothing more than a southpaw straight left hand. Okay, and what I mean by that is that if I'm throwing a left hook, have my weight in the front, and I shoot it to the back, like you're pulling something, like you're taking something and you're throwing it that way. It's the same thing as a southpaw left hand. See? And all of a sudden, I'm looking this way, I'm southpaw. It's the same thing as conventional left hook. Okay, so anyway, I kind of went off on a tangent. My point is, since Cotto was so reliant on his left hook, he constantly has that weight forward on his front foot. It's better to me if you have your weight in the back, and you're able to shift your weight back and forth between the right and the left. My only point in saying this is that the fighters who do have a good left hook like that, the ones that rely so much on that left hook that they usually have their weight forward, they're very open to getting punched, okay? Especially to the body because they're so squared up this way. You don't see anybody with their weight in the front with their body turning the shoulder roll. That doesn't make any sense. They're always back. So the left hook to the body counter off the jab. Floyd's going to step in. He's going to time a left hook to the body, maybe come upstairs. He doesn't really throw more than 3 punches, so he can easily left, shoot the right hand. Another one I think Floyd's going to do is either going to duck Cotto's left hook and come up with the right to the body, straight right hand to the head. Another one, another counter that I forgot to mention to the head. Because Cotto is so, I hate to say, he's very reliant on his left hand, very left hand dominant fighter. You're gonna notice that Floyd has been able to shut down people's left hands. De La Hoya couldn't get a left hook off. Ricky Hatton's best punch was the left hook in the body, was it completely neutralized. All Floyd's going to be using is his right hand to catch everything that Cotto throws. He can literally sit back and just do this. Catch the jab. He catches the jab. If Cotto tries to hook off the jab, okay, it takes very little effort, no matter how fast somebody is. And I'm not even saying Cotto's all that fast, but it's going to be, that's another thing. Floyd's timing is going to be so, it's going to be so easy for him. He's going to see the punches coming, and he's going to use simple turns of his body. Jab, catch the left hook, catch the left hook, the body downstairs. It's going to be all this, okay? And personally, you can do a shoulder roll a few different times. You can turn this way. He prefers to use the shoulder, because he's so good. But he's going to be catching punches, catching the left hook of the body, and then turning for the right hand, which really isn't a threat in that fight because Cotto's right hand isn't all that special. Anyway, the last counter I was going to tell you guys was when Cotto throws that hook kind of wide, Floyd's going to catch it and shoot a right hand. Okay? And I'm giving you guys tips because when you guys get in a fight with somebody, if somebody throws a left hook, okay, even if you have your eyes closed, if you feel a hook right here, shoot the right hand. If somebody throws a left hook and it hits your gloves, that means that unless they get down like they're supposed to, after you throw a left hook, get out the way, or unless they throw it, to where they have enough awareness to maybe throw a right hand in front, if their left hook hits the side of your glove, that means that this hand isn't by their face. 90% of the time it's going to be open if you shoot it fast enough. The left hook comes over and hits you right here, shoot a right hand down the middle. Obviously, Floyd does that to perfection. Catch, shoot. He doubles up with it. It's gonna be after about a few rounds. It's gonna be too confusing for Cotto. In addition to that, Floyd's going to impose his will on him. I don't think Cotto can. Well, anybody can hurt somebody, but I only see Cotto being able to hurt Mayweather with a left hand. And I don't think Floyd's gonna let him land a left hand. I do think Floyd's gonna hurt Cotto with a right hand or left hook. I know one thing that if you start hooking with Mayweather a lot, if you start shooting those left hooks, it can become a real problem. If Cotto's throwing a left hook at the same time and Floyd's throwing a hook at the right time, Floyd's gonna protect his face. He's either gonna move back from it, okay, and he's gonna time it to where he hits you on the chin. Most knockouts happen when there's a collision. When somebody throws a punch at the same time the other person does and they meet, whoever gets there first wins, and it's going to be double the impact. Okay, so I think that's going to happen a couple times. It's going to make Cotto reluctant to throw the left hook. As far as the right hand goes, I think Floyd's going to be timing him up with a jab, bam, and throwing a right hand, and Cotto's kind of vulnerable to right hands. Mosley hit him with some. Mayorga with his crazy over the top right hand that doesn't even make any sense was still able to hit Cotto. So I think Cotto's just naturally vulnerable to that, to right hands, and I think he's going to be hitting with the left hook a lot too. And like I said before, because of the way Cotto stands, his stance, and the way he has his weight, he's so open to body punches, and Floyd's going to take advantage because Floyd's smart enough to do that. He's not a headhunter. And once Floyd starts going to that body and he starts hitting them with the jab of the body, the jab of the body is my bread and butter. I love using that because it's an underrated punch. It hurts. I'm telling you right now, if you get in a fight with somebody, jab of the body, and it will pay dividends. I'm telling you. You stab somebody right, and if you aim it right, either in the solar plex or just right below the belly button, it takes the wind out of you. Okay, because it's not really a punch. Floyd stabs with it. He pushes off his right hook and stabs with it. He puts his weight into it. That's why you see people go like this and they keep coming forward like it doesn't hurt. But trust me, it hurts. Floyd's going to be tagging him all night with that left jab of the body. It's going to wear Cotto down, and Floyd's going to get smarter throughout the fight while Cotto was getting tired because, again, Cotto has stamina problems. It's going to be a nightmare. And, again, the complex adjustment making. Uh, when you throw that left jab to the body a few times, your opponent reacts to it. They're gonna try to block it with the right hand. They're gonna try to shoot their hands down. Floyd plays off of that, so he'll feint the left jab to the body and come over with the left hook and throw a right hand. I mean, it's just things like that that's gonna make this a nightmare for Miguel Cotto. I'm sorry this video was so long, but it's kind of like a lot of stuff to cover. But that's my if you're still watching, that's my prediction. I have Mayweather winning this thing very convincingly, TKO stoppage. Uh, too much on May 5th. Peace.